Hello, hello guys. Welcome to Everyday Sap. And today is my first day or second day of a quarantine. And today, actually, I'm gonna tell you a little bit more in details about how is this entire procedure is going on when you arrive to Canada. And I just learned this morning that some another new rules coming in, mostly for Canadians or permanent residents. And coming back to Canada. So please stay tuned. I will let you know because it will cause a lot of confusion, especially starting from the 7th of January. Okay. So by law, when practically a Canadian resident or citizen or permanent resident arrives back from another country back to Canada, until now, they need to quarantine, like myself right now, for 14 days. Before that, you have to fill up a form, or actually, you have to download an app online. It's Arrive Can. And you have to provide all the information about yourself, including where are you going to stay, the phone number and an email address. And what they do, they will monitor you. But every day you will receive an email telling you, reminder, hey, you need to report your health check, which I did. I received an email, but at the same time, I actually went to the Active Can application, and there's a reminder right away that you have to start right away report your health check, which I did this morning. But I want to let you know a little bit of it. So when you arrive to the airport, whenever it's in Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary, whenever it's the destination that you arrive, you will be greeted by, a lot of pamphlets. I'm going to give you lots of pamphlets, like here. See, there's lots of pamphlets. And you have in English, and as well en français, okay, in French. So practically the most important one is this. It says, I can read it in English here, it's this. You must quarantine for 14 days, provide contact information and monitor yourself for signs and symptoms are required by minimizing the risk of exposure of COVID-19 in Canada order. This is a mandatory isolation. Voila, that's what I am. On top of it, when I go to the border, the officer asked me where I'm going to stay, even though they already have all my files, just making sure that people don't fake it, right? So I said, no, I have an Airbnb and it's in Montreal, and I give them also the address. Now, I came in Vancouver. That person might not even know why in the world is Delacoche, but they have it on file. So I told them the entire address, and she said, okay, it's fine, no problem. And she said, so making sure that you go on the app and again, repeat, make sure that you report your health check every day. It's, I personally, and at the same time, it's the lady tell me, you need to wear a mask all the time. I kind of feel strange. I mean, I'm isolated in this room and I have to wear a mask, right? So, but, it's the law, so I need to wear my mask. So, I know if it's really, some people says like some officials says like don't wear two masks. If you're isolated in the one room, you don't need to wear a mask unless you're going outside. Some other official says you have to wear your mask even if you're inside the apartment. And kind of everybody knows. Here's the situation. What's going on the 7th of January. Okay, so as of 7th of January, anybody who comes from outside of Canada, they need to prove that they don't have any exposure to COVID-19, which means you need to do a test prior to boarding, which means you're going to go to some facility, whenever country you're coming from, you need to have a facility, you're doing the test, against the COVID-19 test. You need to do it within 72 hours prior to your departure. If you don't, there is a little bit, it's gonna be trouble. You have to postpone your travel plans until you procure a test showing you are negative on a COVID-19. And despite this one, you still need to, when you arrive to Canada, you still need to do 14 days quarantine, no matter what, because in between transit, you never know, right? But you need to have the proof that you went to the test and it's negative, right? Now the government of Canada is probably looking into it. They're looking into way to making sure that the certificates that the people will procure and show they're legit, they're official, they're legal. Because we know with anything laws, some people try to do shady routes, right? And why risking? Why risking this stuff? So practically the procedure, how I went through was, it's not like before, you just show your tickets and then voila, you're going in. Right now, it's with a 6 feet or more distance between people. They're going with zones. They were checking your temperature. Then you go into the machine. You need to show your face. You need to uncover for 1 second. You uncover your mask. You remove your hands whenever you have, unless it's jihad or some religious, then yes, you have to cover it. But at least the face needs to be uncovered. They will take a picture of you. If it's green, you're good to go. If it's red, they will have to check it out. Something could be with the papers, documents, so on. But usually they let you go once they double check or verify, and you're off. You go to the airplane. Now in an airplane, it's not like like last time, like old time and sardines, everybody next to each other. People tend to be 6 to 7 feet apart from each other. However, seating, especially when it's the airplane is full, there is no going distance. The only distance is between the people who will stay practically at the aisle. That's the only distance. So when I flew from Vancouver to Montreal, I thought that the airplane is not going to be so packed. So some people don't do good travel. Oh boy, I was so wrong. The airplane was full. Now in my case, I have my backpacks I put under the seat, and everybody was happy. But the funny stuff is like the airplane was fully packed. So the only distance between me and the person sitting next to me, was actually the armchair, and that's it. The good stuff is like everybody was wearing masks, right? The only time when you didn't have to wear masks was when you eat it. So I had my meal, and what I did is like I bite and I put the mask and I was chewing and consuming. That's one way that I make sure I will protect myself. And that's how is the procedure right now. So again, temperature check, your ID check, make sure you have a green light on that machine for the picture, and off you go to the airport. But again, January 7 is completely different rules. So people, you need to have you need to be COVID-19 negative, and you need to have a proof, legal proof of it, that you did the test and it's proven that you are negative. So once again, comment, like it, subscribe.